You can't even lie like you used to back in the day. You can lie to a woman and tell her where you at. I'm over my mama's house. You can't tell a young girl that where you at my mama's house. I'm finna FaceTime you right now. Now I got to hurry to get to my mama's house before I answer this shit.
All right, y'all, I'm here with my man Marvin Dixon. He just ripped up the hosting job. He's one of the best hosts in the country, let's be real. Yeah, we're here in Lauderhill, Florida, his backyard. You know, he's the king of Florida, so you know it is what it is. Man, good to see you, brother. And I mean it, really, brother.
And much love for what you doing and bringing acknowledgement to our craft and the stuff we love to do, man. I appreciate it.
Man, it's really an honor, man, to do this, what I'm doing, to help, put comics, talk about comics, because people a lot of times don't understand what we go through, man. You know what I'm saying? They see a little this and that. They don't really, it's not behind the scenes and behind the scenes stories and stuff, the pain, the ups and downs. And I think I fell into a little something that, because y'all always talk to me, so I said, let me just bring it out to another level. So again, I appreciate you supporting the Panic Room and stuff like that. So you're a Florida guy. You still live here?
No, I'm between here in Atlanta. I'm based here, but I relocated somewhere else. And the reason I did that because them little young goons be coming. So no, really I moved to the ATL because that's like Black Hollywood.
Okay.
And so many things opened up for me there. First of all, when I go there, I met the right people, not just people. And once I set my stuff, I got everything in motion. Now, like I'm on a syndicated radio show. When I got on there, we was on a few stations. Now we're on 24. I'm on the Chubb Rock show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Chubb Rock.
I'm on the Chubb Rock show each and every day. Some markets we in the morning, some in the afternoon, but we in 24. And so I love it. That's why I say I really relocated because of the openings that it is. Because when you're talented, I don't care where you go, talent gonna follow you.
Right,
if you're talented.
That's what I'm talking. Hey, checking this. Hey, am I lined up right? Me and him together? Good. Okay. So we're going. Yes, you know. Yes, you are. You are talented today. But I almost feel like you're one of the comics, a little bit like myself. I got a little more. You just ain't got your due yet, man. Do you feel that sometimes, man?
I do.
Okay. Well, you should.
Yeah, I do. Because a lot of brothers and sisters you see, and one thing I tell, like the internet comedians, when I used to sit and talk with them, I used to always tell them, hey, man, if you're going to do this, do me one favor. Learn the craft. A lot of them don't do that. If you want to be a pilot, you got to learn to fly the plane. If you want to be a lifeguard, you got to learn to swim. If you're going to be a comedian, learn the craft. A lot of them just get on stage and do stupidness and foolishness and don't learn the craft and just want to get a check and leave. And a couple of them listen. Literally like say, you know what, you're right. Don't be afraid to do open mic nights. So you feel like you blew up overnight. I'm too big to do open mics. No, you're not. Dave Chappelle do open mics. Chris Rock do open mics. Because you're learning your craft, you're building your stuff, and you got to do that.
It's funny, yeah, because they have to learn the craft. They don't have to learn the audience because the audience already comes to them because they saw that stuff on there. I saw a lot of beefing between OGs, like us and older, and the young comics because of that. What do you say to the ones that just say you just bitter and you just mad because you ain't got it like that?
Really, I don't never call nobody bitter. A lot of them get upset because they feel like somebody superseded them. But I just turn them, hey, man, you got to learn to adjust. One thing about comedy, too, you can't do a joke about a beeper no more. You got to go to cell phones.
Right.
So you have to learn to adjust to life, learn to adjust to changes. See, them young cats, they had computers. When we first started, we didn't have computers. We used to have to mail our pictures out. You get 100 pictures and send them out, of black and whites. Now you can take a selfie and send it out.
Yeah.
You just got to learn it. You got to adjust and adapt. And a lot of older brothers don't want to adapt and want to adjust. Find a young intern to do it for you.
Right. And I would say you were like, you're kind of known as the king of Florida comedy to me. You may not want to take it, but I'm going to give you that. You know, you're known as the king of Florida comedy. Do you think that kind of hindered you? Like, why can't, when you're known as Florida, what about other places? Do they not respect you enough to say you should be in other places? You know what I'm saying?
No, I used to think that early on. To managers of big name comics, you'd always tell me, they say, man, we would have meetings putting tours together. Promoters would want you on the tour, but certain larger names, we don't need him, we don't need him. And the key was, he said, it wasn't you wasn't known enough, you was too funny, they didn't want to follow or work.
Watch out now.
They don't like to earn the money. Like a lot of, and I'm gonna say this to vets, a lot of them you get comfortable. Like I seen you tonight, you ripped. You didn't care who you came behind, you did you. Nobody can do Pierre like Pierre. And a lot of them, they get comfortable, get relaxed, and just want to take money but not earn money. We're at the point, Pierre, we're in our careers, where every time we get on stage, we still got to prove ourselves. So we're hungry. A lot of them brothers are full. And they just want to get, they full and they cool. We still hungry. That's why I always tell people. I said this to a producer one time. He was starting a new comedy show. And he said, we're going to get XYZ to host. This person host. I said, it's not going to be that good. He said, why? They're not hungry. Why was Def Jam successful? Martin Lawrence was a seasoned comic that was hungry. BET, seasoned comedians that was hungry. Now they just want to throw a show and think a big name people going to push and look at it. And no, get a season. I'm going to tell y'all producers and all this. You want your next comedy hit stand up? Get a seasoned comedian. Me and Pierre, we free. We don't mind splitting it. Right. And that are hungry and seasoned.
Yeah. Well, one thing I like about you too is just to look at you, man. You still look young and fresh, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't like no old ass nigga. You about 70 and shit, I guess. I don't know. Nah, you've been around longer than I have, so I don't know how old you are. But you still look the same. You look very young. I think that helps you a lot too. You know what I'm saying? I see some comics that came up in our era. Woo, look like grandfathers up there.
Well, we didn't abuse our body with drugs and alcohol. Okay. Well. That's the key, abuse. We might socially drink, but we ain't getting doped up. And we all know comics and came to do shows and to myself, man, where I can get some weed from? Well, you ain't about to give me some powder. Yeah. Like, you abuse yourself. And main thing in this business, don't stress yourself over nothing you ain't got control over.
It took me a while to learn that. Yeah.
See, I don't stress myself. Right. I learned that year 2.
Oh, wow.
Year 2, early on. I ain't never stressed myself. I remember I got mad one time when they told me to do 5 minutes. Okay. No, 3 minutes on the show. Simply Marlon, God bless her, remember Simply, sure. She pulled me aside and said, don't you never complain about how much time you do. Do the time you was blessed to be on. You blessed to be on this stage. Just do the time. And I said, I do the funniest 3 minutes you got. And they gonna tell you next time do 10. Next time do 15. And that's what I did. Right. I used to get mad, they don't let me do 3 minutes. Right. She said, do you realize a TV set is 3 minutes? Right. And Def Jam was 6. Right. 7 if you rip. Right. And that's how I was. So that's how I learned myself. I don't stress myself over nothing. I don't have control.
All right, you brought me back to some years when you first started. And I'm part of it, so don't take it to just hand. Would you think that, because you were really funny, okay? And I remember they tried to label you as a nigga to take his clothes off. You know, that was the only thing. That was the only joke you had, you know, which you had jokes before that. That was just the ending. So niggas who was mad at you or hating it, they said, this nigga ain't the only guy to dig off niggas. No, well, he did actually have some material before that, but you know how people are. Right. So that becomes that. Do you think, and I felt like you had a little about yourself. Do you think it maybe people thought you were arrogant or, you know what I'm saying? They said, well, back him up because of that, you think maybe?
I was titled being arrogant or thinking he's all that because I didn't socialize with comics too much. And the reason I didn't do that is because I booked a room. And are you talking to me or chit-chatting with me because we cool, or you want to be cool with me, or we just shooting the breeze, or you just talking to get booked? Sure. And when you gonna book me? When you gonna book me? I heard that so much. So I would go in a room with comics and sit over to the side. Okay. And they say he think he all that. I wasn't all that. And Tina Graham said something. I remember this. One comic said publicly, he only funny when he stripped. Tina Graham say, the man headlining, he got to be funny 40 minutes before he take off his clothes. So what are you talking about? He's funny. And then I got in a competition and didn't do it. Well, a national competition, and won. Tina say, he ain't stripped now, what happened? And then there was nothing said. The comic he was in the competition that I won. Say the man didn't strip now, he won. And I stopped doing it. Then it was, he funny if he used music. Okay, I did shows where I didn't do music. And then Tina said, just admit the man funny. Damn, quit trying to find something like LeBron good in basketball. Quit saying he ain't Jordan, he ain't this. He good at what he do. I'm good at what I do, you're good at what you do. And comic has different lanes, different styles, different. Some people use music, I use music. Some people, energetic. Energy, fall all down and all that. Some comics, political. Some comedians, Christian, don't curse. But everybody got their lane. Pick your lane, choose it, and run it.
Right. You know, it's funny you say that, too. You had me thinking. I think there comes a time when, like, a comic is very funny, and if you don't blow up, then they have ways to say, there's a reason why. They can make excuses why, you know, because they're really hating on you. Chris Tucker was funny and then blew up. So you be like, he's already gone. Let's let him go. Find an expert like yourself or myself. It's kind of like, yeah, he ain't blown up because he did. So no, it could be other variables, but they try to pigeonhole you into something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so funny. Because you used to be really funny. Well, you still are on shows, other bigger names. I see why they were like, well, you're not large, so get this nigga off the show. Right. because you're fucking it up for us, and you ain't the man yet. And why are we gonna let the non-man take something from us? You get what I'm saying? Now, have you been at a TV show and had movies? Oh, nigga, Cedric, all them other comics, you be with them all day long anyway. You know, you feel that?
I tell people like this: you can't judge nobody's success by what you think is successful, because comedy, DJs are the two forms of black entertainment. You can make well over 6 figures, nobody know who you really are. And sometimes it's great to be under that radar. You know what kind of hell Kevin Hart go through? He can't just run to Walmart and grab something. He can't just go out and eat with his family without people running up. Steve Harvey can't just go here. You and I can walk in Target, grab something, and get on out.
Easy, nigga.
Easy. So I always tell people.
I'm saying easy, nigga. It's hard for me sometimes.
But I always tell people, sometimes it's not that good to be that massive rock star status.
Right.
Long as you happy, your family happy, you taking care of your family, you taking care of your well-being, and you not harming nobody, we successful. It could be a yard man that got 30 yards on his list every week. He's successful. Just because he don't got 300 yards don't mean he ain't successful in your eyes. So don't compare nobody's success to what you think is successful.
Yeah. I mean, one time I was online, and this chick one time, it was when Kevin Hart was blowing up, coming up, and she said, "Nigga, you ain't no Kevin Hart," trying to down me, right? I said, "But you're not Shirley Jackson either." And she said, "Who is Shirley Jackson?" I said, "Exactly, a bitch that's not even known. You're not even an unknown motherfucker. You compare me to the biggest star and shit. You know what I'm saying?" But people always do that. They want to compare you. They feel like you ain't made it. Even family be like, "When you gonna make? When you going to Hollywood? When you gonna make?" That pressure there, you're like, hold on, I'm doing. I promise you, I'm doing fine. But they're like, but we want to see you in a movie or something. Right. My uncle, God bless him, he wrote a letter to Tyler Perry, was like, well, put Pierre in something. I said, oh, that's not how it works. Right. He already melted out. I said, no, don't do that, and that ain't gonna happen. So I feel like sometimes because you're so funny and people, and you've so long been funny that people feel like, why ain't you? What put that pressure on? Do you feel the pressure sometimes?
You know what? I used to. It don't bother me no more because I tell somebody, I'm good, man. I'm straight. Just because you don't see me doing this or doing that don't mean I'm not doing nothing. Case in point, I'm on Chubb Rock Show. Okay. You didn't know that. Right. True that. I tell people, it's entities you can take. This man could be, Pierre could invest in this, he owns some property and could be a multimillionaire. Oh, yeah. You don't know because you're not seeing him on TV. And sometimes it's great to be under that radar like that. And that's that. Plus them white folks to follow you and come at you, but them 3 letters, you don't want them to come at you because you're making too much. Right. So I always tell people, man, I'm happy at where I'm at. Trust me, I'm blessed because I always say something. I promote majority of my own shows. I promote and produce. Too many people can't say that. I sell out. I'm the only person of color in the Southeast that have a residency at a casino. This year, 7 years now. 7 years, I bring 3 comics in every other month, and I sell it out. I'm 95% sellout, which is unheard of at a casino showroom. And they did, and I don't bring big names because what I said? I have big names, agents. I say the agents call me. Right. We want to bring him or her there. I be saying no because it becomes their show now.
Oh, I wonder why I haven't been back.
Yeah, it becomes their show. You say, I want to bring a big name, and I'm going to use a name because he's not here no more, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, so I don't want to work with him, work with her. I want this person, that person.
Oh, really? I do that? Oh.
Yeah, a lot of big names, it becomes their show. Right. And I've had that happen many times. So I said, you know what? Let me build my own name up and build my production up, and they trust me. South Florida trusts who I bring. Yeah. That's why I love it.
Yeah. No, I'll give you credit for that, man. I did it one time, and it was off the chain, packed. I was packed out, and I was like, damn. But almost all your shows, pretty much everything you do is packed out. I can see why it's hard to leave from here, or at least you probably come back every once in a while and do it. They love you here. I just feel like you're one of the most underrated comics, man. I just feel like you just haven't got your just due. I don't know how the stars align, because there's some people who are not as funny as you, who are bigger than you, you know what I'm saying? Bigger than me too, shit. Yeah. And I just sit there like, damn, but it doesn't align with the stars. So what I learned how to do is just enjoy the journey. That's what Fuck it. I just say, you know what? I'm enjoying the journey. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing comedy high. I enjoy eating. I enjoy travel. I enjoy just anything in life. People stop me and say, take a picture with me. I enjoy it because I don't know where it's going to end, where the last thing's going to be, and I'm not going to stress myself out trying to get to that point.
Yeah. We've been places many brothers or sisters have never been in their life. We've traveled the world in doing this journey of comedy. We've traveled the world. We've been blessed many, many times over. So I'm happy at where I'm at. And we live in healthy lives. A lot of brothers and sisters didn't make it. We're healthy, So that's successful.
Right,
that's success.
right.
We're blessed, that's success. We're doing what we love, that's success. So stop saying because the person that has a big name, and I hate when they made the stuff after what's the call reality shows. He's a non-effing factor. They're non-relevant. How you gonna say somebody's not relevant because they're not on the status you think they're supposed to be, or you consider relevant? Because I told somebody who was in a reality show, they got mad when I said this. I said, they was at my show, I said, man, look, I like watching you on this show. Why you gotta keep following the camera everywhere it go? It be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but now you in Miami. Now you in LA. Quit chasing it and let it come to you and be there. Oh, you don't know, I'm making money, I'm doing this. I said, reality, I hate to say it, babe, you could do more than just degrading yourself.
Right, but you think they can do, that might be their best they can do, bro.
No. I'm gonna tell you why they could do more. They're making money.
Okay.
You can open a business.
Oh, you mean something different?
Other stuff, yeah.
I meant show business wise.
You could do more because you're running and chasing the money. You can't do that if you got a TV show. Imagine if you seen the Jeffersons, and then you go see Good Times. You see George on there. Right. Then you go see Sanford Son. You're like, damn man, you on every TV show. Let me see something without you on it.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I thought that way too. But Kevin Hart hold himself out, and I'm going. You know, he's one of the ones that taught me. Like even Mike Epps. I see Mike Epps on little stuff in every little thing, like movies. He have 2 or 3 lines with one line. Like what the fuck he doing this movie? But he kept putting himself in every situation.
Movies is different.
Okay.
But I'm saying like this. I mean this. The Jeffersons. You had George, Louise.
Right.
What was the son's name? Lionel. Then you see Good Times, new show Good Times. Here go Good Times, George the husband, Louise, you see the same cast, the same cast again. My thing is if it's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, go ahead and say Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in Miami now. Love and Hip Hop, we're in LA now. But don't keep following that.
Right. I understand, but these kids nowadays don't care. They don't give a damn. You know, their audience. You think like I think sometimes. It's funny when I do skits, little skits. I have a beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
These kids just fucking right in the middle, and then I'm like, how'd you meet the girl? Just don't worry about that part. I'm just slapping and running. Like, but how'd you walk up to her? I'm still thinking of seeing it. Even if it's a 1-minute skit, it's gotta have a beginning, middle, and end. But these kids nowadays don't, and the kids don't care. They were like, oh, I just like to watch that. So to me, when it comes to social media, I had to learn this. It's an under 30 market majority. You know, ain't too many people over 30 on social media. If you look at the numbers, I promise you 70% of them is under 30. That's why me and you will probably never have the numbers, and no disrespect to him, or DC Young Flower, or somebody that's in that little young market and stuff. It is, sometimes I got people hit me up to go in the panic room. They're like, he got 2.9 million followers. Like, who the fuck is he or she? I never heard of them before.
Right.
But they have that 2.5 million people watch them. Like, who? And then I watch them, and it can be whatever. It won't even be that talented.
They do a lot of times younger crowd. You could do buffoonery,
of course,
and get away with it. Whereas you show love to people. Certain podcasts dog disrespect. And they getting the millions of viewers because negativity. I always say if negativity and I say negativity and I'm gonna say, well, how can I phrase this? And positivity had a party. Everybody be a negativity party because everybody love negativity. Positivity party be just me and you there, and you uplift and show love to brothers and sisters that do what they love and they craft. And that's why I reached out to you just on GP, say, man, I love your show. And every time I check it out, I sit there and watch it. I love being in the hotel room. Let me see what Pierre and them talking about today.
That's funny.
I mean, you have a great thing. You don't care. And you don't care. And I be saying, hey, man, well, I ain't going to say I heard, but I know that you did this. I ain't heard it. I know you did this. You be real with them.
I remember, like, here's something crazy, too, that I had to just recently learn. I do Comedy Hype News, okay? So it's, for those who don't know, but most of my fans know what it is. We talk about subjects. I don't come up with a subject. The head man comes up, so I got to talk about that. No matter how he twists it, did the black woman do this or did this? We turn into a racial element all the time, so I got to talk about it. So I was wondering, one time I was like, man, you know, I hear a lot of negative about me. Like, you corny, you're your white side, your mama white, motherfucker. You only say it because you white, whatever it may do. I'm always thinking I'm talking common sense, not racial sense. I'm talking about common sense at first. I'm always going to fight for the black folks. But here's the thing I had to learn. And this thing that really blew my mind. People are quicker to post negative than positive. Yeah. It's like a Yelp review. You can go to a restaurant that's delicious and don't say nothing. Let that shit be fucked up, the food wrong. You can't wait to get on Yelp and complain. You know what I'm saying? You can go to that restaurant 10 times, man, this is a bomb restaurant. You just keep on. You will never put a Yelp review like, this is great. It's just you're happy. But if it's negative, if something's wrong at that restaurant, you can't wait to run to Yelp to talk about it. And that's what they do in the comments to me, I think sometimes, like, oh, I don't like what he said today. I got to tell you. Well, other my friends be like, no, I agree with you. Did you say something in a comment? No, I just agree with you. You know, in my head, I fucks with you. So it don't bother me like it did, you know, a year ago.
I met the young lady who's the mediator.
Yeah, Symphony.
I met her in Essence Festival. Okay. And we had a great conversation. She'll tell you, I say, man, I love you, Capone. I say, I just love when the two brothers on there, and I like, even when y'all disagree with each other, it's still a positive impact on what y'all do. So what you got to do by internet, first of all, internet undefeated.
I know, that's right.
When somebody say something negative about me, I don't even post back because you're not going to win. And then I've seen people say something negative, say something again negative, then they'll say, you see, he ain't say nothing back. It must be true. Nah, I ain't stupid. Because once you say something, then you're going to have the people that like you. Man, well, you stupid to stoop to that level. Why are you gonna stoop to his level or her level? So I just learned not to even say nothing. You write what you write. Because when I do the casino, I say, listen, y'all had a good time tonight? Go online and post you had a good time.
There you go.
Because if someone's wrong, oh, I only had 3 chicken wings. I only had this or that. Post great stuff amongst us. White people do it. Every other nationality, they show love to their people when they see it. Us, I'm waiting for it. I don't like them shoes he got on. Let me put this. That's what we do.
Yeah. We are like that, man. But look, thanks for sitting down with me. What you got in the future, and where can we contact you? Your fans can see you at, man.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, The Real Marvin Dixon. Dixon is how you spell my last name, The Real Marvin Dixon. Follow me, I'll follow you back. And I'm all over the country. The next big thing I got coming up, I got Tom Joyner Cruise.
Okay.
Again, cool. May 20th through 27th. Also, I'm going to, like you say about countries, I'll be in Panama City in July. Panama City, Panama, the country, not Florida.
I was going to say Florida ain't nothing. You take a drive over there?
Panama City, Panama. And just check me out, man. Follow me on Instagram. And I post everything that I'm doing and where I'm going.
There it is, man. He's a good brother. I've known him for years. I mean, she's down from 187 or 185, 183rd, man. Club 183rd, yeah, from that spot, man. You've always been a house rocker, man. You know, I used to hate to even be around, had to follow your ass. I ain't gonna lie to you if I was in a situation. But you a rocker, man. I really appreciate what you've done and gave to the comedy community, especially Florida's happy for you. Yeah. I remember I came down here and lived in Florida for a second, man. I came and watched you a couple times. You let me come and do some stand-up comedy in your spot. I appreciate it, brother, and keep doing it, man. Don't let them haters say anything to you if there is. And the lovers, man, you got a lot of love. You got way more lovers than haters.
I always say the key is majority love you. If you got 10 people, 8 got love for you. The 2, ignore them.
There you go. All right, y'all. It's BackStage Pass on the Panic Room, man. You know how we do it, y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. Support my man Marvin Dixon, all right? We out.
Peace.
Those muscles, and you never know when you're going to use it. Get up in the morning and stretch. You never know when you're going to use the muscle. You walking down the street, you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to jaywalk right here. That light way down there, that down there. I can make it on the car. That car way down there. You think you ain't it, but your sister thinks. Your sister thinks.
All right, we got my man John Henton in the house. We just did Lauderhill, the theater, the Performing Arts Center, right in Florida, y'all.
Big venue.
Right. Yeah. It's nice though, real nice, man.
Yeah, we got dressing rooms and everything. We good. We got dressing rooms there, individual. You know, we ain't all just
Right. Come on, you John Henton, you deserve. You deserve your own dressing room. I'm the one be in the closet sometime with the brooms and the mops and shit.
But sometimes it don't be like this. So everybody got their own. So it was good, man.
Yeah. It was good to see you. First of all, thank you for doing my show a while back, man. You're great. And I'm gonna tell you, the love was beautiful, man. People in the comments, they really loved it. I don't know if you read the comments or not.
No, man. I anytime I do stuff like that, man, I just stay away, man. I hate reading about people's opinions and stuff. I just do it. I just say way too much stuff because you always get me to talk too much, and then I just walk away.
I won't do it this time. But no, man, there's a lot of love in it. I'm so happy for you, and that's why I like doing my show, because sometimes people people forget about us or don't even know our journey, or just if you ain't hot at the moment, they don't want to talk to you no more. And I ain't with that, man. I think we deserve to be. We laid the foundation for a lot of people who are up now doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good to have been in the game so long and to still go out there and get the response, you know, and still be able to do it and have fun. That's the thing, man. You know, I still enjoy what I'm doing, man. So I'm good.
You've been doing this for how long now? 40?
40 years, man. Yeah.
I'm at 37, man. Damn. And you know what, man? You still look like you enjoying it. I remember seeing you, like I've said on the show, I saw you in about 1991, and let me tell you, you still out there with 1991 up there having the energy of it, man.
Yeah, man. It's like, the thing is, I mean, come on, this is like the greatest gig in the world, man. We crack jokes. The stuff that I did as a kid, I'm making a living off of it, man. So this is a blessing right here. So you just go up there, you got a good crowd, and you just all you worried about is having a good show. That's it, man.
Now, were you out of comedy for a little bit, stand-up comedy? Were you out for a while?
I took some time off when I got on the show. You know, I didn't perform as much as I should have, because it was like I left a lot of money on the table, because it was like when you're on the show, then you're you know, we could have definitely did a lot more. But I was just enjoying being an actor for a while. But then after that was over with, back on the road.
But because I felt like you were gone for a while, and now it's like a resurgence of you. Now I turn around, I see you on all these flyers. You come through my page all the time, and I hadn't, like, 10 years ago I didn't really see as much. Maybe I wasn't in tune to what you were doing, but I felt like in the last 5 years it's a resurgence of John Henton. Am I mistaken, or is it just what, the internet?
A little bit more social media, that type of thing. Because I'm still, excuse me, I'm still doing the clubs and stuff, but it's like more social media. You know, putting the posters up and just learning the game. You know, because like I said, I'm old school, man, so I've just gone and do the regular clubs, but with social media, you just see got more of a presence on there. That's important, man. That's the only way you can sell tickets.
No, without a doubt. Do you feel with your age and as long as you've been doing it that you have to try to curb your material to the younger people who come see you? Because, you know, you've been around for a while. Some of my old heads still come, but do you feel that way at all?
You know, the thing is, it's like, for me, I gotta know, you know, I always say, try to find out who's in the audience, you know, how many young folks in there. Because if it's some young folks, then you got to talk to them that way. But you can't just go up, because, you know, I'm 63, so, you know, I'm talking about grown folks stuff. Right. But you got to be, you got to come up with something that they can relate to as well. So you can't leave them behind. So if you got some young folks, then you can pattern some jokes after them or talk to them about, as opposed to just talking to the grown folks. Right. So you just got to know who's in the crowd, man.
No, I feel you on that, but always, but it's funny. I don't do colleges no more. I'm just refused. Oh, yeah. I did some colleges about 9 years ago, 10 years ago, and I talked about some shit. Them kids were like, "What? We don't get on no airplanes." Like, you know what? Yeah. Damn that. I had to do 20 minutes of fart and fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the colleges. I never liked that. Once I got to that grown phase, you know, it's like you know, just trying to figure out what some kids want to hear. It's different, man. But like I said, if it is some young folks in there, you know, just try to throw some jokes at them to make sure you get them on board, you know. Right.
With you doing it for 40 years, you're like a comic. I mean, you know, this is what is in your blood. Have you noticed that, like, and I asked DL this question one time recently on this on BackStage Pass. Do you feel like, how can I say this the right way? I feel like sometimes some comics are funny people who became celebrities. They weren't really true comedians because now they don't do comedy. Like real comics, Seinfeld still gets on stage, George Wallace still gets on stage. There's some comics don't give a DL Hughley gets on stage. There's other comics who did it, blew up, and they don't really get on stage as a real grind. They might get on to get some money real quick, but not a grind like we do. Do you feel a difference of that kind of comedy? Like, you know,
the thing is, it's like the people that are truly comics, they're gonna stay on stage. You know, it's like I said, I might have stopped doing it as much when I had the TV show. But if you're a comic, you're always gonna be out there. And it's like you just love the you know, the immediacy of it. You know, you go up there, you get that result right then and there. And so all the comics, they definitely gonna get that time. You got to, man. Or else you get rusty anyway, man. So
I'm willing to die on stage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what I'm saying, my last day could be on stage, not be happy. You know what I'm saying? This is because the one beautiful thing about comedy. George, was it Burns? He did about 90 years old. Yeah. Bob Hope did it forever. If people continue to listen to me, I'm gonna keep doing that. Do you feel the same way with you? You would die on stage. This is the last thing you can do.
I'm just going. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I'm having a good time. I'm gonna keep on doing it. It's like, because, like I said, for comics, we can do like Joan Rivers. You know, she was booked the next day. You know, it's like you could die and you just George Carlin. I'm sure he was booked. Pops. You know, Pops was booked in Cleveland the next week. You know, that type of thing. But it's like, as long as I'm having a good time, I'm gonna keep doing it.
But you say as long as you're having a good time. You've been doing it for 40 years. What could be what could happen to you that you don't have a good time no more?
Well, you know,
everything damn near happened to you.
Yeah, I done been through a lot, but I'm still enjoying it. The crowd's still getting the response, and that's the key. I still love what I'm doing. It's not like you dreading going to work. You know, I got no problem getting on the airplane. Hotels don't bother me, because if I'm in a hotel, that means I'm working.
Right.
Planes don't bother me, because if I'm on a plane, I'm going to get some money. So I'm good.
I know that's right. Yeah, because like I said, this is in me. I'm just, if I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna do comedy. If you wanted to pay for me to go on stage, I'm gonna keep going on stage. I would say as we got older, I eliminated more of the bullshit of the business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to sleep. You're not about to come get me with your car and your kids and you know shit all in the back seat and all that, or put me in a hotel where it's like Martin Luther King. You walk out and you on the damn balcony. Hell no. So that's the bullshit I got tired of, and I started eliminating. Now I don't do that no more. Like, if you want to hire me, you got to take care of me in a certain way, and so that keeps me in it a little longer, because we love the part we grab that mic until the time we say goodnight. That part is what it's all about.
Yeah.
The rest of the shit is whatever. You know, I love my fans. I guess you know as you do. Yeah. But traveling is a part of it. Whatever. But that stand up. Yeah. That hour time when we're on stage, as long as you don't disturb that, really, that's the nucleus of it. The rest of the stuff I can work around. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I can make it work for me and stuff like that.
The thing is, you've been doing it so long the way you can demand that. It's like, look, you know, it ain't got to be no 5-star hotel, but it's going to be something different. It got to be up to your standard. You got to be comfortable on the road. I'm not going to be miserable on the road, you know, somewhere where I ain't supposed to be, or somebody not taking care of stuff, or, you know, the transportation is not right. You know, I ain't particular, but, you know, it's like you deserve it. You've done it enough to where you get a chance to get it to exactly how you want it, man.
It's the last one. Here's a question I have, because you've been around for a while, like myself. I had to come to a point in my life that I had to start enjoying the journey. Mm-hmm. I stopped trying to be the biggest star in the world, you know, whatever. If it comes, it comes, whatever. But that wasn't my I had to stop making it my end goal, becoming the biggest star possible, because sometimes we don't have control of it. We can put our stuff out there, and whatever happens. Was there a moment that you said to yourself, like, you know, we all start off want to be Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, whatever, you know, the biggest star in comedy. Right. But to the point where you said, you know what? It's okay if I'm here for the rest of my life. Sure, I want to get bigger if I can, but I'm okay with this. Was there a moment in your life or your career that you remember that and saying, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy this journey, man?
Yeah, it's happening now. I mean, it's like after the pandemic, and you know, after being off for like 2 years, then you get back out there. You're not really worried about status. It's just a matter of doing shows, you know. So it's like, if I'm the first one on there, if I'm closing, whatever it is, as long as I'm working, that's all that counts, man. So I don't really trip on positioning or anything. It's like just going up there and having a good set. That's you know, some things never change, man. I just want to be funny.
That's actually cool, because I did the same thing like I did today. It doesn't, you know, just, you know, I don't like being the first comic, only because sometimes the audience ain't really there yet and stuff. But you put me in between the middle, the end, I don't give a damn, because I'm going to do what I got to do during my time, and the rest of y'all can come after me or before me, whatever. Yeah. I'm not worrying about the positioning, especially once I've agreed to the money. Yeah. Once I agree to the money.
Like I said, the money's going to be there, so whether I'm first or last, it don't matter. I'm getting paid, so I'm good, man. Right. So I go up there first, man, try to get them going. In the middle, you know, middle is always the best spot. Middle act was always the best. You know, the feature, always good. But, you know, I'll open it up, close it, whatever you got, man. I'm just happy to be working.
Nice. Is there, how can the folks out there catch up with you and stay up with you?
You know, just Facebook, Instagram. I don't do the Instagram because I keep getting hacked. Just Facebook, Twitter, and you know, just come see me when you hear me. You'll know I'm in town. Just come see me.
Is it under John Henton?
Yeah, that's me.
Just John Henton. Okay.
John Henton. The John Henton on Twitter, and John Henton on Facebook. So,
man, like I said, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're still around, brother. Like I said, I remember the day I first met you back in '91 at Atlanta Comedy Theater. Was it Atlanta Comedy Act Theater, man? And you ain't changed. You've been a good brother ever since that, man. Every time I see you, it's pleasant. It's really pleasant to see you, man. And to be out here this long, man, we doing it, baby boy.
I'm really happy about the Panic Room, man, and what you're doing, man. You getting a lot of good reviews. People watching you. You getting hits all the time. That's good, man. I'm really happy for you. Keep doing what you do, bro.
No, I appreciate it. I just wanted a place for us comics to tell our truth, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, I don't like the fact that some people think that people are, you know, over the hill, or hey, we ain't relevant right at the moment. No, we got stories to tell, man.
Stories, yeah. That's the thing, and it's great because you, like I said, you get real nosy and you get everybody's business out there. So keep doing what you do, man.
All right, y'all. Yeah, this is Backstage Pass with my man John Hinton, man. He rocked the show tonight, man. Support him when you see him.
Thing too,
well, we both did. Yeah. Things happen. Things happen, okay? But again, I appreciate y'all for supporting the man, my man John Hinton. If he's in your town, please go out and see him. All right, y'all. Love y'all. We'll holler at you later. Out.
Yep.
I had a great time at the show, and all the comedians were so wonderful. I haven't heard this much laughter in a long time, and when I tell you that they made Lauderhill live, they made it go live tonight, and I am so thankful for that. Thank you for your work, thank you for your commitment, and thank you for coming to Lauderhill live.
Here's one of the promoters of the show, one of the promoters, well, the promoter, well, one of the promoters. Man, I appreciate you having me, man.
All day.
So, how was it? How was the whole show? How the whole thing? How did you feel about it?
Well, the show went strong, and I think we had a good set of comedians. You know, Daphne Springs, yourself, Pierre. You brought a good energy, and it was hard to follow. But at the end of the day, you know, John did his thing, and Joe's on stage right now doing his thing. I think the show went well.
Are you gonna have more shows?
Of course, and you're gonna be one of the ones I consider all day.
There it is right there. I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate it, man. Where can they follow your production company?
Oh, Urban Production 1 on Instagram.
There it is. Follow them, y'all. The panic room.